Welcome to the 13th instalment of this journey across the Premier League series, in which we drop the fascinating history behind all the grounds in the Premier League. Today, we're off to London.
Hey, we're in London, aren't we?
To talk about the city's favourite football team, Manchester United, and their ground of Old Trafford. We're going back in time to the early 20th century, when Manchester United weren't even Manchester United, going by the name of Newton Heath and playing their home games at Bank Street, just a stone's throw away from the Etihad Stadium today. However, the quality of the pitch was questionable at the very least, coupled with the fact the ground suffered from clouds of fumes from surrounding factories. The chairman of the club, John Henry Davis, decided that the stadium was not fit for a team that had just won the First Division in FA Cup, so donated funds to build a new stadium. Not one to spend frivolously, Davis scouted around Manchester for an appropriate site before settling on a patch of land adjacent to the Bridgewater Canal, just off the north end of Warwick Road in the area of Old Trafford in 1909. When designing the stadium, Davis got none other than our Scottish lad, Archibald Leach, to help draw up plans for the new ground, which would hold 100,000 spectators. But with costs spiralling out of control, the capacity was reduced to 80,000. But that wouldn't stop the club from getting the nickname of Moneybags United. So for anyone who thought United organically became successful over time, think again.
Oh mate, that is absolutely dirty. Turn that up. What is that, garage?
The new stadium would open in late 1909, with the first game being United versus Liverpool, with Liverpool spoiling the party, winning 4-3. A journalist at the time commented it was the most handsomest, the most spacious and the most remarkable arena I'd ever seen. As a football ground, it was unrivalled in the world. As he exited Burden Park.
You naughty naughty, you teasing me, you naughty naughty.
Prior to Wembley being constructed, Old Trafford would play host to a couple of FA Cup finals, including the Khaki Cup final of 1915 between Sheffield United and Chelsea, which got its name as most spectators were uniformed soldiers due to a certain war that was being fought at the time. Old Trafford's strong affiliation with the FA Cup doesn't stop there, with in fact the ground's record attendance being not even a United game. It was an FA Cup semi-final replay between Wolves and Grimsby Town in 1939.
Oh, really?
In the 1930s, the club added roofs onto the stands of the ground, but as the man with the moustache decided to take on Europe, the stadium was relinquished by the military to be used as a depot. But as you can probably guess, being a military asset, it would get bombed to shit by the Germans during the war, laying in ruins after it. After the war was finished, the club would get dollar from the government to rebuild the stadium. However, whilst it was being reconstructed, they would have to room with their noisy neighbours at Main Road until 1949, when the stadium was fixed up, sans roof, meaning United had gone 10 years playing away from home. By 1959, the stadium would get all its roofs back, but with the 1966 World Cup in the pipeline, the owners would look to completely redesign the ground's north stand, with roof pillars removed and replaced with a modern cantilever roof, ensuring all fans could have uninterrupted views of the pitch. Also during this time, the first private boxes in the British football ground were installed at Old Trafford for the Prawn Sandwich Brigade.
The most exciting thing for me during the afternoon was the chicken and mayonnaise sandwich, Jeff. That was about the only thing that I thought was worth, you know what I mean? Worth talking about, I think.
Along came the 1970s, and with the rise of football hooliganism, United decided that instead of installing an electric fence, like Chelsea did, they would be the first club to install a perimeter fence, stopping fans from getting onto the pitch. As the stadium evolved throughout the decades after World War II, the capacity of the ground would steadily decline, with it hitting an all-time low of just 44,000 in 1992. However, this would all change with the club's resurgence in success, and better transport links from London meant that more fans wanted to watch United, and with that, a demand to expand the stadium. And by the early 2000s, the capacity of the stadium had increased to 68,000, taking the top spot of the biggest football stadium in the country. The latest expansion of the stadium opened in 2006, taking the total capacity of the stadium to 74,140. With constant evolution of the stadium over the years, very little remains of the past. However, one thing that still remains is the old Players Tunnel which dates back to 1910, which is situated in between the team dugouts and plays home to some of the most eventful moments of watching a United match.
Absolutely brilliant.
Ollie at the wheel!
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and join us as we carry on our journey across the Premier League. What are your experiences of Old Trafford? Feel free to leave a comment below. I'd love to hear them. Next up is that team that was renowned for having stingy owners and fans who like to bash their managers.
Josh Kroenke's here tonight, yeah? Where's Stan? You own the club. You fucking parasite. Why ain't you here? Where are you? Where are you?
You see Wenger, yeah? He's a fucking fraud, blood, yeah? He's a fucking fraud, yeah?
That's right. It's Newcastle United and their ground of St James's Park. This has been a Silver Conversation, and I will see you in the next video.